Hey guys, I hope all of you are doing good. I have an important message for the TI community, and I was watching TI News, his channel. I was watching one of his live stream from a few days ago, and he had a fellow TI named Scott on his live stream, and Scott was talking about how he can record uh, V2K audio, and he demonstrated it while the stream is live. And he played back the audio, and TI News said he heard multiple voices, and Scott said he can hear a group of gang stalkers, but then there's no one in his room. Um, and as I'm watching this, it made me realize, okay, I have to, because it's a great example. Okay, they are correct. Scott is correct when it comes to recording the audio and playing it back, and it's he said they're next to him. It sounded like they're a group of them next to him. And listening to Scott, he's a believer of science, which is very I mean, it's the logical way of going about all this. And I know he's one of those TI that knows a lot, and I can just tell he done his a lot of research. And he also mentioned he doesn't believe in the spiritual aspect of this. Um, and since I teach you guys about what I discover, and it has to deal with paranormal. And one thing I taught about is I've been in my last few videos I've been telling you guys that your gang stalkers are right next to you. They're right next to you, and this correlates with the live stream, TI News' live stream, when Scott mentioned that when he played back the audio, it sounded like there's a group of them next to him. It's because his gang stalkers was next to him in his room. For instance, just take me for example. My gang stalkers, they're in here in this car with me right now. And this whole idea that they're there, it's not a normal, common, everyday uh, experience where people just acknowledge, even though it's going on around the world every day with everybody. And that's why it took me years for that information to finally set into my mind that, oh wow, there are ghosts, they are spirits. And that whole idea, it just seems really crazy because we're not taught in school. We're just not, there's no books. It's not a very, there's no books that are mainstream. It's just not a popular topic amongst society. But it's also, I believe, one of the biggest, it is the biggest enemy to society. Not knowing about paranormal and the spiritual realm and research into it with big budget resources, money, funding, and doing the right thing in learning research to understand about the paranormal. It's so important to the well-being of society because they are the ones that's messing with people on a daily basis. Your gang stalkers are messing with you. My gang stalkers mess with me. But we don't see our gang stalkers unless someone comes along with new discoveries. And I am one of those person. And I hope moving forward into the future, more people will come and be involved in researching about paranormal and finding new discovery on this subject. One thing I mentioned in my previous videos was these gang stalkers, these spirits, they have evolved, they have adapted through the ages of messing with people. And our gang stalkers know what we know because they're always next to us. And that is why they are always one step ahead of you. And the reason for that is because they're one step ahead of you, a TI, is because you have not discovered or identified your voice to skull. If you're receiving voice to skull, like the TI Scott in the TI News' live stream, he openly said he's getting voice to skull. So now he's got it. He's got that. He's already at that stage. And now he just needs to challenge that voice to skull, because that's what I did. I battle my gang stalkers on a daily basis to a point where now they are not like the beginning. Now they are, I would say they're scared of me. They know I talk a lot of shit, and they know I have many methods of messing with them. And I've been teaching you guys these methods. So your gang stalkers have been messing with you for years now. Don't you think it's time for you to slap them and give them a taste of some of your offense? Yeah. I've been slapping my gang stalkers for years. At least for about 2 years now. And I use the air blowers. If I don't have no gadgets around me, I would, plug my ears and just do the hum. Do that for a while. I have a bunch of bowls lying around, these singing bowls. Like I mentioned before, they are in the environment, so they're like actually all around my body right now. And one thing to really give them some offense is doing the vibration. So it's good to have something to vibrate, There's just like a bowl I have. I have a bunch of these bowls and just a piece of log I got from one of my tree. I have my demon whistles. And I also made this gadget right here next to me. I made this a few weeks ago. It's only a prototype, but it's just really loud. And I do not recommend you getting this item or making this item at home, because majority of you watching this, you will not have the privilege to be able to use this because it's so loud. But since where I live, there's no neighbors nearby, I can blast this at night. I can blast this when they piss me off. And this thing really shuts them up. It actually shuts them up to a point where they'll shut up, but then they'll still attack me physically, but now they're pissed off. But that's part of this whole thing. It's like, you got to tough it out. So they get pissed off. They stop talking trash verbally, but they're still attacking my body. And after years of realizing they've been attacking my body, now I've have become aware. I've learned and become aware of when they're actually grabbing onto my body or attacking different parts of my body. I can feel it. Like right now, I feel like they're grabbing onto my ankles. So what I do is I just, move my legs a little bit. Usually it's making my muscle tense up for a long time, so it feels like extra fatigue. Or they're grabbing onto my abdominals. And the community would call it, energy directed weapon or microwave weapon. I mean, yeah, it's like electromagnetic fields, but at the same time, these things are a lot closer than you think. It's actually all around our body, and it's have the ability to attack different parts by focusing their energy on it. And when they focus the energy on it, that's when you swing your hand. Remember, I taught you guys when you're chilling and you're getting attacked, swing your hand. Just swing your hand in the area, and you should feel a heavy resistance. Feel your fingertips. It feels like you're brushing your hand through a swimming pool. These guys are literally in this physical space. Literally in this physical space. That also means you can mess with them as they've been messing with you. And that's why the theory, when I tell you guys that water tends to penetrate them, or they don't like water. So all that's correlated with it. That's why you have a bottle of water spray bottle. Especially when you're driving, you kind of get like your eyes start to get like blurry. It's because they're literally right in front of my face. These gang stalkers, they're assholes. They're demons. Well, me saying demon, it sounds like something that's fake and sci-fi, or something that's just not what you're used to hearing, and I agree. But to clarify, to me, a demon, it's just a personality. A spirit with a type of personality, that's a bully. And you can call it demonic. I mean, when you call a person demonic, usually it's just their character, their personality, the way they behave. It's demonic, the way they behave. So it's an evil spirit talking to that person for a long time. Like I've been teaching you guys, your gang stalkers are always yapping in your ears. They're always yapping, right? They're always yapping, voice to skull, especially the lower voice to skull. Lower voice to skull, you can't hear it like voice to skull. It's more like a thought that pops in. And that's where you need to be the judge in picking the right thoughts to continue thinking about. Because these thoughts comes in, it's up to you to decide if you want to continue thinking about it or just shut it down. And they'll attempt to come in with the same thought, shut it down again. And they'll probably do that 3, 4, 5 times. You keep shutting it down. And each time you do it, it's like a practicing on blocking these negative thoughts from continuing in your mind. That's what I learned from my experience battling these gang stalkers. And for a TI that's always believe in science and military or technology or secret occult, I mean, all those things make sense. Logically, it makes sense. It's all possible. Yes, they're all possible. I'm not going to deny that. I teach you guys it's not. It's because I already went through that phase. And for a TI out there, you want to believe in science and technology, I'm not hating or nothing. I just hope that you'll actually also keep an open mind and do some research into the paranormal. Because give credit where credit's due. You can find information on paranormal dating back thousands of years. So it's something that's real, that people, many generations of people have documented based on their own experience. And all TIs are experiencing this firsthand. But all you TIs out there are more aware than the majority of the population. And at the same time, a lot of you TIs out there who are going through this, but is experiencing the entire phenomenon restricted to your own lifestyle, your own resources, and your own environment. And when you have those different restrictions, you're gonna have a result that's not gonna be exactly the same, but a lot of similarities. And a lot of you TIs out there are stuck because you're either going through the phase of believing it's military and just haven't gotten the experience to break out of it. Because once you break out of that, for whatever experience you had to help you break out of it, you're going to realize this is next level. It's going to be supernatural, aliens, paranormals. That is the next step up. And you haven't gotten to that part. I just hope you'll keep an open mind and do some research on paranormals. That's all I can ask of you. And don't fall into the trap of these gang stalkers, because these gang stalkers have been manipulating the TI community into going against each other. Majority of TIs are focusing on hating on each other, calling each other names or labeling other TIs. And let me tell you, you are a TI. So one of the thing I follow here, there's a beef going on with some TI content creators, and one of them is Conspiracy Underground, and TI News. And, based on what I saw, they kind of go against each other. And let me tell you, both of you are real TIs. So you can just drop the whole calling each other fates. Okay, the two of you are TIs, and it's the gang stalker that's making us TIs doubt each other. But when they're doing that, they're messing with us, and guess what they're doing? They're laughing right next to you, chilling, because you don't slap your gang stalkers like I do. As soon as you start challenging your gang stalkers, as soon as you understand that they are next to you, and the quickest way for me to help you is when you're feeling heavy attack, like I told you guys, swing your hand, brush your hands. You should feel some heavy resistance in the space. If your lower back is feeling like it's cramping up, getting attacked, just try it. It doesn't hurt. I'm not trying to tell you to swing your hand at your lower back to see if there's anything there in public. You can just do it. Always do it in private. I just want you to identify it. And it does not hurt you to just try. Give it a try. Sincerely give it a try. What I'm saying is, you need to do it and experience it for yourself, for you to really understand what's happening. Your gang stalker is one step ahead of you is because you have not recognized voice to skull. They're always yapping in your ears, guiding your decision making. At the same time, know what you're thinking, know what you're seeing, know how you feel, knows all your fears. You have no secrets against them, or you have no secrets to hide from them. But yet at the same time, you're not recognizing they're next to you. And that's why these gang stalkers is always one step ahead of you. Always. For the rest of your life, they will be one step ahead of you. And I don't want you to spend the rest of your life in that position. You can actually move one up on them. But you must realize and recognize your voice to skull. And if you need help, watch my videos. I have 10 videos on voice to skull and low voice to skull on this category. And just watch them. I believe it's video 20 to 30. Watch it more than once. And as soon as you recognize your voice to skull, because like I've been telling you guys, all TIs are getting voice to skull, and all TIs are getting lower voice to skull, and all the people on earth are TIs. It's just the true TIs are more advanced. So once you recognize voice to skull, and you identify these gang stalkers are always there, it seems like they're always there, and you're going to eventually realize that's how they are one step ahead of you. And if you do what I've been teaching you, you stand firm and you battle these guys, especially now give them some offense, slap them around a little bit, use the bowl, they're going to actually not be so close to you. So when I hit that bowl, that's a vibration in this area. Like I've been telling you, it's all in this space. And same goes for the theory, like wind blower, air blower can blow air, so it moves them around. That's why they like to be indoor. And the ones indoors are the older spirits. So we're all living with these older spirits inside our home. And a vacuum works too, because they're actually in the physical world. They're in this space. And that's why when I hit the bowl, it vibrates the space, and they don't like it. They don't like it when we walk through them. That's why they like to hide in the corner of the room. Corner of the room, no one actually goes there and do anything with the corner of the room. They like to hang out behind bookshelves. How often do you move a bookshelf? Along the wall, behind cabinets, and they love it to chill behind your TV. If you have a TV stand or just a TV, they love to chill along the wall behind your TV. It sounds kind of nonsense to some of you, and it could make a lot of sense to a small percentage of you. But I can only tell you from what I experienced, and it is what it is. Stop labeling other TIs as fakes or perps. There's no need for that. Your gang stalker is messing with you, is training you to easily be manipulated through emotion, especially emotion that's just not helping you develop as a TI. And you're going to be in their trap unless you can start understanding that they are next to you. But how can your mind start understanding that? Well, that's why you're watching my video. And I'm planting the seed in your head. And hopefully one of those seeds will sprout into something that's good for you, where you actually really take it seriously and really try to do this more than once, give it some try, maybe not all on the same day, but just when you start feeling like, oh, your head's heavy, you swing the top of your head, you should feel heavy resistance. Recognize that. But you will have no idea. You wouldn't even think of anything like this if you're not watching this video that I'm sharing this information with you. I'm planting the seed in your head, and this seed's good. You don't want to believe in what I'm talking about? That's fine. But that's just your decision. I'm not telling you to do this in public. I'm not trying to tell you to do this in public, embarrass yourself, or make yourself seem like you're kind of crazy. Never do in public. I always tell you, do in private. Do it when you're alone, away from anyone. One of this item I like to use, apparatus against them, I made this, okay, prototype, and it's just a stick, with all these alarms on there. So, I live here, there's no neighbors, I can do this, but this is really loud, and I don't recommend any of you. I mean, you do it at your own discretion, but you will get the police called on if you live in an apartment complex. And so I'm going to end this video by playing this for about 10 seconds so you guys can understand. But like I'm telling you, my gang stalkers are actually in this space right now with me. I can feel them when I'm moving my hand like this. I can feel the heaviness. And please just remember to keep an open mind. Don't call other TIs fakes anymore. You guys are real TIs. And your gang stalker's been getting away when they've been messing with you every single day for years. At the same time, they're just right next to you. So I hope some of you will slap your gang stalkers for me. Oh, that also reminds me, one last thing. In the comment section, I recently discovered, okay, instead of talking to these other TIs whom are frustrated, I should just talk trash to the gang stalkers. So UTIs out there should start this new trend. Instead of talking trash to each other, should talk trash to each other's TIs. I mean, gang stalkers, sorry. Gang stalkers. My bad. When I said TI, that was my lower voice to skull kicked in. I heard it. I heard word TI came into my mind. But I still said it anyways because they timed it perfectly where it just made me just said it. But I actually heard TI, the word TI came in. And that's the lower voice to skull. Talk trash to the gang stalkers, especially other TI's gang stalkers. And also slap them for me. Now I'm going to demonstrate this, okay? I'm going to turn this on. I don't know if the mic will pick it up, but here in person is really loud. Remember to wear earplugs, okay? All right. Here we go. Sorry. Here we go. Shimon, signing out.